Let's see. Hopefully, let me see the thing. The mic looks like it's on.
Make sure all the audio and everything works too.
Yeah, hopefully it looks like it is. All right, so let me just welcome everybody to the First Inning Radio Show, and we're back with another good video. And yeah, man, yeah, I got Michael here. We're waiting on Roger to call in, but
Yep.
yeah, man, the Yankees been on cruise control so far, man.
Yeah, they've been unbelievable, man. I mean, the Yankees are on fire. This is the team that I was waiting for, and they're here. I mean, they woke up. They've been on fire. Going for another win today, 11 in a row.
Yeah,
And this
man, you
team just
got.
can't be stopped, man.
I mean,
They're just beating everybody. They're beating all the great teams. They're beating all the teams that they should beat. And the Yankees are just they're unbelievable, man. I mean, this team is they're definitely making the playoffs now. The question is, are we going to win the division or the wild card? I still want to win the division.
yeah, I think they're very. It's a very strong possibility they could do it too.
Oh, they could do it because they're only 4 games out, and 4 games is nothing. If it was like 7 games or 8 games, I would have been like, forget it. I mean, the division's over. But we're only 4 games out, so there's still a high chance that this team could still win the division. Very, very good chance. I mean, it's very easy. They could still come back and win this thing.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Henry, man. Life is good with the Yankees rolling, man. It's a true fact, man. And
I
even,
mean,
I mean, look at even Giancarlo. Giancarlo's hitting home runs that is damn near killing children. Did you see that?
he's doing everything. He's hitting runners in scoring position.
Did you see
He's
that home
unbelievable.
run that he hit the other
I
day?
tell you, it makes him so much better when he plays the field. He plays the outfield, and he's a baseball player now. Because when he was DHing, he was always getting injured. But now that the guy's actually playing, in the outfield, he's doing everything now. He could play the outfield. He could hit. When this guy's on, he's a dangerous hitter. I mean, when he's off, you see how he struggles. But I tell you, when this guy's on, he's unbelievable. Just unbelievable.
Yeah, man. Did you see that home run that he hit that knocked the kid in the head?
Oh yeah, I saw that. I think that was a few games ago. Yeah, that was against the Twins, but they're all right
All
now.
right,
The kids are right.
His Roger calling in now.
Yeah. By the way, they're playing the Phillies tonight.
All right, you guys are in. Hello.
Hello, okay, BX Bomber. Hey,
Hello.
Michael, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
We finally got the Yankees on the roll, man.
Yeah.
That's on.
Are we on the air now?
Yeah, we're on the air. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, what I wanted to say to you guys was a couple of things have happened. For one thing, the Yankees have decided to use Andrew Heaney tonight because of the power of his start against the Boston Red Sox, which was very good.
Yep.
And we're going to use Luis Gil in Sunday's game against Minnesota before the bad weather from the storm.
No, they play Minnesota. They're using Luis Hill for the Oakland. They're not playing Minnesota. They finished with the Minnesota Twins.
No, that's what I said. I just said they were going to use Luis Hill in the game on Sunday. And they decided that Luis Hill is going to be starting in Double A or Triple A tonight, and they're going to be going with Andrew Heaney. And I'll tell you also that Aaron Judge is playing a fantastic center field as of right now, and that was a great catch by Joey Gallo there. He had to change his shirt after getting it so dirty, sprawling out and making that diving catch. And the Yankees are really on a roll, winning 10 in a row now.
Unbelievable. And I love Stanton is on fire too. Stanton is just doing everything. He's hitting runners in scoring position. He's hitting home runs. I mean, this whole team has just been an absolute, pleasure to watch. I mean, they're just unbelievable. I mean, they're unstoppable. And Luke Voigt is been unstoppable, too. And that kid, Velasquez, I mean, wait till they get Gio Urshela back Thursday. He's coming back Thursday because he's got one more game, I think, today. And then they're off tomorrow, the Yankees, and then he's playing Thursday. You put Gio Urshela in that lineup, this lineup is going to be so dangerous. It's already dangerous already.
It's true, man. I've seen a lot of people saying that Gio Urshela's gonna kill the vibe of the team and all that.
No, he's not.
Not necessarily.
Gio Urshela is the best hitter on the team. I think he's the best clutch hitter on the Yankees.
He was the one hitting before everybody that was hitting.
Yeah, he was the only one that was hitting when the Yankees were in that slump back months ago, and now he's going to come to a team now that is a winning team now. So he's going to do great. Why would he kill the vibe? I think Gleyber Torres is going to be questionable when he comes back. A lot of people are saying that when Torres comes back, they should leave Velasquez in the line because of his defense, and he also could hit that kid. So.
Yeah, the deal with Velasquez is as much as a Cinderella story, a happy story it is with his parents, with his family members crying when he hit his first home run. When Gleyber Torres comes back, I believe they're committed to Gleyber Torres, and there might not be a spot on the roster for Velasquez.
That's good. Because I wanted Velasquez
only expand to 28, and
I know.
It would be a shame to see the flame go out so quickly.
I want to see Velasquez on the bench. Well, somehow they're going to have to call him back up because they have that extended rosters expand, I think, in September. So they could call him back up, and he could play a big role on this team going forward in the playoffs. So they could bring him back up. But I really, when you have you got to go with the hot hand. I mean, Velasquez has been red hot on this team. He's been excellent defensively. He's getting huge hits for them, clutch hits. I mean, you can't like disrupt the chemistry that this team has right now. It's just going so good. And even Meredith Marakovich said the reaction in the clubhouse for these guys, the morale has been unbelievable. They're saying that they're really having so much fun. This team in the clubhouse, they're saying, and the morale. They said it's been unbelievable. So this team is just they never. I just can't believe this comeback. It's unbelievable. I mean, the Yankees are on fire.
And remember what I was saying in May when you were feeling how bad they were. I was saying, Michael, this is just a snapshot in time. We don't know.
That was pretty. I had them done. I was there. I thought they were finished. A lot of people thought they were done. I mean, most people had them. Pretty much dead. I mean, I was. It was looking very dicey there for a long time, for a couple of months. But the Yankees are back. I mean, once again, they're going to make the playoffs like they always do. But when they get to the playoffs, they better put their A game face on, and they better get ready because that's when the real drama, the real excitement and the real pressure starts. But we're a ways away from that. But we could enjoy. They're going to probably win 94, 95 games, this team. And this winning streak is truly something special. I mean, they could go for 11 wins tonight in a row. They haven't had a winning streak like this since 1985.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Well, last year they had 10 in a row in early September.
Oh, yeah. But they said this will be the first time if the Yankees win tonight that they win more than 10 games since 1985. So this will be 11 in a row tonight. I think they will win this game. But Charlie Morton's pitching, so that guy's pretty tough. But I think the Yankees will hit him.
And the deal is, Andrew Heaney did have a very good start against Boston. Yeah, the overall body of work, he is not the quality pitcher that he showed when he was pitching against Boston. I believe that the Braves have the advantage as far as the starting pitching matchup tonight.
I know. But I wanted Luis Gil to pitch this game tonight, but I got to wait for the next start, I guess, against Oakland. But he pitched great against the Red Sox last time, so I got to go with the positive, and hopefully he has another great performance tonight. But I still don't trust this guy. I mean, 2 great starts in a row. That's really would be something special. But they have to score a lot of runs tonight in order to win this game, because there's no way in hell they're going to win this game tonight in a close game. I mean, the Braves are a good team. They're a good hitting team, and they have to score a lot of runs tonight, the Yankees, because this guy's. I mean, you really think this guy's going to throw another great performance? I mean, it's going to be tough. I mean, it's.
Yeah, it's true.
And also, I wanted to mention a interesting roster situation, and that is with the signing of Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo got off to a fantastic start, and then had the COVID and has cooled off quite a bit. And Luke Boyd was a bit upset about that because Luke Boyd couldn't stay healthy and was on the injured list 3 different times. They went out and got Anthony Rizzo, and Luke Boyd took it a little personally and is now on fire. And also that is why it is very good that Giancarlo Stanton is playing the outfield now, because they have a lot more roster maneuverability now with Boyd and Giancarlo Stanton and Anthony Rizzo.
Yeah, that they'll always be in the lineup somehow.
Yeah, I think Boyd's going to probably be most likely be in the lineup Thursday because there's no DH in the National League. So, but it's a shame with Boyd. He could have been in this lineup, but He did the first base. Rizzo is the best defensive first baseman, and he's been like unstoppable with Floyd. But Rizzo has cooled off. I mean, he'll get back into a groove again though. But yeah, the way Voigt's going, it's like you can't take him out of this lineup right now. I mean, he did come in the pitch hit yesterday. If you saw, he did come in and walked. But he's been on fire with Voigt. He's been one of the more consistent hitters. I mean, I forgot what his average is right now, but he's just hitting like crazy.
Yes, exactly. And Rizzo has, Rizzo, and also Chapman last night pitched a decent ninth inning. He was using the splitter, and there was no drama last night. He did have a 5-1 lead, but there was no drama with Chapman. And I really do believe that they're grooming Loaisiga to take over the closer role.
Yeah, I'd rather have him be the year.
And I just see Loaisiga being groomed. Many people compare Loaisiga, what he's doing now as a fireman, and similar to what Mariano Rivera was doing when the Yankees still had Don Wetland.
Yeah, and another thing I wanted to say too.
Yes.
The Yankees. I was gonna say the Yankees have. I'm losing my train of thought. I'm trying to get my thoughts together. I was gonna say They have, Oakland's losing right now, so that's good. And so if they hold on, Seattle, Oakland will be 3.5 games up.
Right.
In the wild card.
Yeah, man.
So,
Getting closer and closer to it, man. I think the Yankees could take the division at this point.
Division's only 4 games. That's nothing. They can easily win the division. I mean, they could just take that. But the Rays need to lose. The Rays just don't lose. I mean, they're playing the Phillies tonight, so hopefully the Yankees get help from the Phillies.
Right, exactly. The Rays have been just as hot as the Yankees, where they showed that the Yankees are 32-11 over the past 43 games, and the Rays are something like 30-13 over that same period.
Yeah, and I was going to say, Gio Urshela is supposed to come back Thursday, and they just need Gleyber Torres back. Kluber's supposed to return too. They say he's got one more game, and then he could join the team, I think, with Oakland. So you might see him start one of those games, or for sure, I guess, against the Angels. But Kluber's returning very soon. Severino, to me, I think, could be done. I don't know. They got good news on his shoulder. There was no damage, but I don't know. They have to shut him down and start him all over again. You know how much time. You don't know how much longer he's going to take to come back, Severino.
They're running out of season for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's too much now. He's got to start to ramp up activities all over again. It's going to take another, forget it. I wouldn't count on him. And then Gleyber Torres, he should be coming back soon. I think he's got to play about 2 or 3 rehab games, and then he should be back. So they're only going to be missing Severino when it's all said and done. And I think Britton is, now he got another setback, another injury.
Right, I was about to mention that for Zach Britton, this has been a lost season for him. He's back. The ex-Farmer, he is back on the injured list again for the 3rd time with an elbow problem.
Yeah, and now how long is that going to take? Is that going to knock him out for the season?
Right. Well, I mean, they have, Joely Rodriguez has been fantastic. Wandy Peralta.
And they have Clay Holmes. Clay Holmes can take over that.
Clay Holmes has done a fantastic job.
And Clay Holmes has been great, too. I mean, he came over here, and he's been really good. He just came back from COVID injured, so he's been really good. So they could just use one of those guys for this thing. To be honest with you, I'd rather those guys be the 8th inning, because Britton hasn't even been that good this year.
Yeah, he hasn't.
No.
And he has no confidence of pitching anyway.
No, he doesn't. He had that one good inning against the Red Sox where he looked really good, but he's up and down. You don't know what you're going to get with him. He's got that injury problem, and he had so many injuries. It's a shame with him. And then we forgot Domingo Germán. He's another one. He might not make it back this season either. He might be done.
Yeah, they might do something in the lines of an Ellsbury job on Domingo. I really think so. Where they feel that Kluber's coming back, and they really like Luis Gil, so they might pull kind of put Domingo Germán away type of deal on him.
I'm telling you, Luis Gil is that kid, man. He has to be on the playoffs this year. I'll be very upset if this kid doesn't start. At least put this kid in a bullpen role or something, because he has to be in the playoffs. He could be such a huge part of the Yankees' success to win this year. I mean, he was telling you, this kid, he hasn't given up a run in 3 games. He's been unbelievable. He's like the X factor of this team.
Now,
I mean,
what about
like,
what do you think about Anthony Rizzo? Will Anthony Rizzo be back next year?
I hope so. I hope they re-sign him. I mean, I love that.
I don't know. I don't think he'll be back next year, man, because they still got Luke Voigt there. And if Luke Voigt continues to play well,
it depends. Like, we got to see what happens the rest of the season. How he does, Rizzo. If this guy hits like this at the rest of the season into the playoffs, and he slumps like this, then yeah, I wouldn't bring him back. But if he turns it up again and he starts playing great, and he's a big part. What if the Yankees win the World Series this year? You got to get rid of him. I would. What if he's a big part of their World Series?
True, man.
You're not going to
Rizzo is a New Jersey kid too.
We got to see what happens.
Yeah, that's another thing you got to look at. And the reason why the Yankees are playing the way they are, and it's so amazing, is because of those trades. I mean, Rizzo and Gallo and the call-ups. Velasquez, Greg Allen. I mean, that's the reason why the Yankees are in this thing.
Exactly.
It's true, man.
Are doing a fantastic job.
Anthony Rizzo this year is like Mookie Betts of the Dodgers last year. You know what I mean? Once they got these guys, the team turned around and won the World Series.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's why I'm saying I want these guys back next year. Gallo is already coming back next year because he's got another 2 years under control or something, another year under control. So he'll be back anyways. Rizzo's a free agent, so you got to re-sign him. He's a rental. So yeah, it's going to be a tough decision for the Yankees next year. I don't know where they're going to go with. Also, Luke Voigt is a lot cheaper. I don't know. Rizzo might want, more money. He might want a big contract.
But remember, Luke Voigt is accident prone, so.
Who's injury prone? Oh, Luke Voigt is. Yeah, he's always injured.
You know what I mean? So yeah,
that's
like
why.
So right
like
now.
Aaron Hicks, he's another one.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, he surely is, man. I don't know if we'll ever see a healthy season out of that guy.
Oh yeah, they might trade him next year. There's a great chance he might get traded. And the Mets fans must be happy for the Yankees because they're rooting for the Yankees in this series. Because if we beat the Braves again, then the Mets, I think, will only be 6 games out or 5 games out of the division. So they should be rooting for the Yankees in this series, not the Braves.
I heard one dopey caller call into Michael Kay. I think it was either today or yesterday. And he called in, he's a Mets fan, and he hates the Yankees or whatever. I don't do it that way, really, myself. But he said that he's going to be rooting for the Braves because he hates the Yankees so much that he's ready to root for the Braves. And Michael Kay was saying to him, listen, you need the Braves to lose games if the Mets have a chance of coming back. And the guy with thick head couldn't understand it.
Yeah, then I think the guy was saying, I know you told, I saw the call, and I think he was saying, we're not going to make the playoffs anyways. He said, I guess, he thinks the Mets are done, that's why. That's another reason why I don't think he cares, because he probably thinks the Mets are finished. So even if the Braves lose the next 2 games, he probably doesn't think the Mets have a chance because they're still going to be like 6 games out or 5 games out. So I guess that's why he's a Yankee hater. The Mets hate the Yankees. You know that. They don't like the Yankees. They hate the Yankees more than the Yankees hate the Mets.
You see, I'm not a Mets fan, but I don't wish them any ill will. I mean, we don't really. They're both New York City teams,
but I don't like the Mets.
Fine.
I don't have a hatred for them. I don't strongly dislike them. I don't like their fan base. Their fan base is very cocky. They think their shit don't stink, and they think they're the better New York team. And they only have won 2 championships in their whole franchise. So you can't compare the Mets to the Yankees. They don't have the success, and they're a losing organization. The Mets. The Yankees are a winning organization. So you really can't compare the 2 teams. It's a joke.
That's true, man. The Mets.
We have 27 championships.
But Mets fans haven't been that crazy about it this year, though. Not like in past years. I mean.
Well, they were talking a lot of stuff in the beginning of the season. When they were in first place there for 90 games, they were saying that they were the best team in New York, that they ran the city. So now what are they saying? I don't hear any of those fans anymore talking. Imagine, matter of fact, many of them are very quiet right now.
Yeah, when Met fans are feeling good, you can see the whole city with a lot of people with Met fan T-shirts and hats walking around. That's when the team is doing good. When the team is doing bad, you don't see nothing of Mets. You know what I mean? That's the type of Met fans they are.
They boost the confidence. They always think that they're going to win the World Series, and they're a little too. They always think that they're the greatest and they're the best. They put themselves like they're an elite team, but every single time they do this. They play really good, and then everything comes tumbling down to them, and they miss the playoffs every year. They haven't made the playoffs since they won the World Series against the Royals.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
the team hasn't made. Yeah, they haven't made it for 6 years. So what are they? They miss it every single year. The Mets. Try to get to the playoffs first, then we can talk. Because they go too big. This team talking about a World Series. I mean, but they don't do anything.
And they had the World Series right in their hands too a few years ago, and they didn't get it.
Well, they miss the playoffs every single year. They don't come close because the second half they collapse every year in the second half of the season. So that's another story with them. They're not even in the same league as the Yankees. It's a joke.
Well, that's the thing. How far can the Yankees go this year? Are the Yankees a World Series team at this point?
I think they are. I think this team could win the World Series. I think they're that good. They're playing amazing. They're beating everybody. They just have to, catch the Rays here. But the way this team is going, I think they have an excellent chance to win the World Series. And their percentage points were way up now. If you remember, a couple of months ago, they were so down, or actually a couple of weeks ago, their chances of making the playoffs and winning the World Series were very, very low. Now it went up by a lot.
As I said, I'm going to caution just the way I was saying back in May and early June, that when the Yankees were doing terribly, let's not make proclamations about stuff. I'm a one day at a time person.
Yeah, and this is something that you got to talk about.
Right now, the Yankees are doing very well, but you know how things can change on the dime, and let's just hope they continue the streak and do well.
It's definitely something to talk about because I haven't had anything positive to talk about with this team in months, and it's the first time in a long time that I can be happy and be a Yankee fan and say great things because all we've talked about for the last 4 months is how bad this team has been. So I'm very happy to be talking about a team that potentially could win the whole thing this year. So, things could drop on a dime, things could change, but let's not think that. It's positive vibes from here on out with this team, and that they're going to win. It wasn't positive for me when the Yankees were horrible. I thought this team was dead in the water, but now they're back. So. And I just got to ride the hot hand and just stay positive. So that's what you can do. I mean, you have to. 10 games in a row. This can't be ignored. This team could win 11 in a row tonight. I mean, this is like, it's like I'm just lost for words. I mean,
it's crazy how they went from. Teams. It's crazy how they went from losing every game to winning every game.
And they're not just beating bad teams. They're beating great teams. They beat the White Sox. They beat the Red Sox. Now they're beating the Braves. Those are 3 major teams. Those are 3 elite teams. You're not beating just bad teams. They beat Minnesota. We all know what they do against Minnesota. They always beat the Twins. They own Minnesota, but they're beating like great teams. They're doing because everybody kept saying, "Oh, do this against better teams." They are. They beat all the better teams.
The difference between the Yankees in the early part of the year and the later part of the year was in the beginning of the year, morale was down. They were relying too much on analytics. They were an all-nothing team. Their morale was down, and
they're not hitting home runs now, and they're doing everything small ball. They're driving the ball to the opposite way. Just what I wanted all those months before. They're hitting the ball to the gap. They're not relying on home runs. John Cole Stanton last night hit a double. When do you ever see them do that? The Yankees. They hardly ever hit runners in scoring position.
They have stolen more bases now in the second half of the season than the other team. When they only had 7 bases for the entire first half. So they're playing hit and run, they're playing fundamental baseball, they're still hitting home runs, but they're not an all-or-nothing team now. They're an all-around team now.
Just do this in the playoffs. And Aaron Judge is even stealing a lot of bases, believe it or not. A guy like him, his structure and his size, he's even stealing a lot of bases. And they're playing. Oakland's going to be. I think that will seal the deal for them to lock up the number 1 wild card. If they could take 3 out of 4 right there, then they could definitely take the wild card. And then from then on, I would just try to go for the division because then you have the wild card pretty much edged in stone. Then you just try to win. Take your chances and try to win the division. Because then you have one thing locked up. Now just try to go for the division. Because if they can't win the division, they know they have the wild card there for them. So just try to win the division. It's only 4 games. It's very, very doable. Remember we were
the final 3 games. The final 3 games of the season are against Tampa Bay.
Yes, they are. And remember, we were 10.5 games out. The Red Sox had a 10.5 game lead. Only like a few short weeks ago, I think. They had a 10.5 game lead, and they blew it. I mean, that's
now they're telling the Yankees to exhaust.
Yeah, they're jealous. Did you hear what they were saying in Fenway Park? They were saying, F the Yankees. Did you hear that?
Really? When did they say that?
Their fans are sole losers. They were 10.5 games up. You guys blew it. You guys choked. You had a 10.5 game lead and you lost.
I love when they do that though. When they start saying "F the Yankees" and all that. It
Well, they
makes
have
it
nothing else to say.
it makes it more epic.
That's called defeat. That's called defeat. They're defeated. They don't know what to say, so they got to say something stupid like "F the Yankees." They have nothing else to say. They're so like, what do you call it, deflated.
You know,
Because they had such a big lead in the division.
You know, one time in the 2010 season, it was the beginning of the season of 2010, and it was March Madness, right? March Madness of basketball, right? And they were playing in North Carolina, right? Some team, North Carolina, and some team, I don't know who it was, but they all started chanting, "Yankees suck, Yankees suck," and we got nothing to do with basketball. That's how crazy it is.
That happened in the Super Bowl too, that the Patriots were in.
Yeah, they just take it too far. These Boston fans. I don't know what they want. They're one of the winningest. I'm sorry. I'm trying to come out with the words. They're one of the winning. They're one of the. Boston is a winning city. They look at all their teams. The Celtics, the Patriots, the Red Sox. I don't know what they want that city. I mean, they won a lot of championships. I mean. The Red Sox won 4 in 14 years, so I don't know why they carry on about the Yankees. I mean, they surpassed the Yankees. What do they want?
Well, that is a big rivalry. Dodgers, Giants, Yankees, Red Sox, Cubs, Cardinals, that kind of thing in baseball.
Yeah, it is. Those are big rivalries, man. Especially that Bay rivalry. What is it? The Dodgers and no, is it Oakland? No, I'm sorry. It's San Diego and Oakland.
San Francisco Giants, because they were both New York teams, National League teams in New York. So the Giants and the Dodgers are a big rival.
Yeah,
and the Cardinals and the Cubs hate each other.
And San Diego too is part of that rivalry too. With is it Oakland?
No, the American League. The A's play in the San Francisco Bay Area with the Giants.
Right. So that's the Bay. That's the Bay.
I think the Padres are rivals with the. I think the Padres are rivals with the. Is it the Dodgers? I know the Giants are rivals with the.
Well, they are. They're more newcomers. They're more newcomers to it. You know, they were an expansion team, and but the Padres have better watch it because they have fallen behind the Cincinnati Reds for the second wild.
Yeah, they collapsed. I was telling Frank that a few days ago that the Reds catched them now, so the Padres are not in the wild card. I mean, they got dropped out. They're still only one game out of it, but the Reds took the second wild card now. So the second wild card. The Dodgers have that wild card by 10 games, but the Reds, Padres have collapsed.
I think Cincinnati might take that wild card from them guys.
And also, the Mariners are only 2 games behind the A's right now.
Yeah, man. And we got a shout out to Sergi Stories on the check-in as well. He's a big Brewers fan. And the Brewers are doing well too, man. So
they're leaving the National League Central.
Yeah, man. I mean, them guys are bad with Yelich and all that, man.
Yeah, the Brewers are really good. The Brewers have one of the best records in baseball. The Brewers they have Corbin Burns. It's a dangerous team. They lost one of their pitchers. They lost Freddie Peralta, so that's a big blow for them. He got injured, but they still that team's red hot, man. The Brewers are going to be a threat.
Yeah, man. Look out for the Brewers. They could steal the World Series too, man. You never know.
You never know. Yeah, the Giants are excellent. The Dodgers are great. I mean, the Braves.
Right, exactly. It's going to be very fun September for baseball.
I think we go against more. Yeah, it is. It's going to be an interesting 37 games left.
Yes. Oh, by the way, Michael, if you tune into YouTube, BX Bomber has his great season vlogs out already, and he just put a recent one out with he and I together, the Yankees against the Orioles, with the 13-1 victory by the Yankees, and that started the Orioles 17-game losing streak.
Yeah. That's fun. You guys went to a lot of games this year.
Yes, and I have 3 more with BX Bomber, September 17th, 18th, and 19th. I've decided to stay in the Bronx again, and that will be it for 21, and then we will have had a great season, and looking forward to 22.
Then you can watch the playoffs at home.
Right.
The Yankees. Yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great playoffs this year. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh yes, exactly.
It's going to be great. I just want to see what this team's going to do when they expand the rosters too. Who's going to be who's going to be called up, and because that's going to be important. We need to keep these guys here when they make the playoffs. I don't want to lose Velasquez or any of these guys.
But remember, they can't expand the rosters to 40 this year. They can only expand them to 28.
Yeah, true.
Wow. So who do you keep?
What do you think, Frank?
Well, it depends on who you keep now. Who do you want to keep on the team for that 28th roster? They'll probably go with more pitching, I believe, the Yankees, right? I think so.
Well, they're going to add Kluber. I mean, they do need to add another pitcher to their rotation. So Kluber's on his way back. I don't know about Severino, Domingo, Martin, but getting Kluber back, I think, is going to be big.
There's going to be some guys left out. That's all there is to it.
Yep. By the way, the Padres have let go Larry Rothschild.
Oh, really?
They got rid of him.
That's a shame. He was a good pitching coach, man.
He sucked.
He did well, man. He's the one that kept the team together.
Larry Rothschild, they fired him. He was horrible. How was he good? He's terrible, that guy.
Well, now he is, but he did well on the Yankees, man, while he was here.
And not the ending of his career, though. The last 2-3 years, the guy has been horrible for the Yankees.
Especially the last year.
He got a lot of bad reviews. Nobody liked him anymore. That's why he got fired.
Yeah, it's true.
He was terrible. Matt Blake is definitely a better pitching coach than Larry Rothschild.
But otherwise, I think we've covered it all here. Yankees on a 10-game winning streak, playing the Braves tonight, and I think we're in good shape.
Yeah.
They could go for 11 in a row tonight.
Right, fantastic.
I think it starts at 7 the game?
7:20.
Yeah, 7:20. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to watch that game. How many games do you think the Yankees are going to win this year?
Oh, my goodness. Well, at the pace they're playing 750 baseball right now, they could push 100 if they play at this pace.
Yeah, I think they could. I think they could do 100, man. They could make 100 games.
Yeah, they could. I think they're going to win around 94, 96 games. That's my take. They could win 100 if they keep sweeping teams out constantly and they keep, going on winning streaks like this. And then
well, let's do the math. Right now, they are 73 and 52. In order to win 100 games, they will have to go 27 and 10.
Oh, that's easy. They could do it.
So and to win 90 games, all they have to do is go they have to play under 500 to win 90 games now. They would have to go 17 and 20.
Yeah, so you want them to play 700, so they could. So you want them to go for that magic number, right?
Yeah.
I think they'll be in the 96 win range, 95 to 97 range.
Yeah, it's truly remarkable because we were talking about this team 4 months ago that they were only going to win around this many games or 80, 83, 84 games. Now this team is going to win definitely over 90 games.
Yeah, it just shows how things can change. The baseball season is very long, 6 months long. And it's ups and downs, peaks and valleys, drama, soap operas, different players coming in, different players leaving. So you really just can't make any proclamations throughout the course of the year. You just have to observe it and watch it.
True,
that's why they say it's a marathon. It's not a sprint now. It's a marathon.
Right.
It's back to being the old baseball. So I'm excited. Are you excited for this team now, Frank? Because you were a little negative too.
Yeah, I'm still weary about the bullpen, man. They could still blow it, man.
The bullpen's been good. They won 11 in a row now. 10 in a row. They haven't blown in 10 games.
Yeah, that's 10 games. That's not the playoffs yet. You know what I'm saying? It happens. The stuff happens when we get there.
For 10 games, not blowing the bullpen, that's pretty good. 10 in a row.
You guys, I just wanted to say, I'm here in front of the house, and we have massive amounts of woods. I'm calling in from West Virginia, and we have a doe right on the other side of the driveway, about 60 feet away from me, eating some vegetation, staring at me.
What is that?
We have a deer eating some vegetation about 50 feet away from me, just staring at me right at the break of the wood.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of deer right in these woods here, and we have a deer just 40, 50 feet away from me. She's staring at me right now, eating some vegetation.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
You know, so I just want that show the difference. I get culture shock when I go up to the Bronx. You know, that area is my home area as well. I'm both a West Virginian and New York, New Jersey person.
Yeah, that's like your home. You've been always going to the Bronx, right?
Yeah. But I just wanted to mention that I've got a deer, and she's starting to head off now back into the woods. But she came right up to the edge of the driveway and was eating some vegetation. That's because they know they can hang out here in these woods and not get shot.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, but I'm sorry to interrupt there. I just thought that was really cool.
But I was saying, I actually thought they were going to play Luke Voigt in the lineup tonight. I thought they were going to, because, he's been so hot. I'm just a little disappointed. But the Yankees could still win this game. It doesn't matter what they do. This team, they just been, winning like crazy. So he'll be back for the Oakland series. And then you get Urshela back. You get Luis Hill back. And he hopefully pitches a good game tonight. You just got to think positive that he pitches good. And the Yankees score enough runs. They do have to score more than 5 runs, I think, with Andrew Heaney.
Yeah, I did not expect much when Andrew Heaney started against the Red Sox, and boy, did he surprise us.
Yeah, maybe 5 runs is all they need, because I don't think they scored him more than, I think it was mostly 4 or 5 runs they scored for him, and then that was it. But, you still have to watch it with this guy, because he remembers, too, when they give him the lead, he kind of chokes it. But he didn't choke it against the Red Sox. He stayed really good. I mean, he stayed, calm, and he got everybody out. So
exactly.
So you got to do the same. And I think the Red Sox have a more dangerous lineup than the Braves. I mean, if you could shut down the Red Sox, right, you could shut down the Braves lineup, right? I mean, the Braves have a really good lineup, but I don't think it's as dangerous as the Red Sox lineup, right?
Well, it depends on when you catch these things.
Yeah.
You know, the Red Sox were in a bit of a slump at that point in time, but the Braves are playing very well right now.
Yeah, they are. Let me tell you something. I think the White Sox, we could take the White Sox out in the playoffs. I'm not really afraid of the White Sox.
Nah.
I mean, we beat them twice. I think we could beat the White Sox. I'm not afraid of the White Sox. And I think we could beat the Red Sox. The only team that really scares me is the Rays. I think we could beat the Astros, too. I'm not afraid of the teams.
Exactly. Yes, well, I mean, the way the Yankees are playing right now, they can beat anyone.
I mean, yeah, and they've beaten all those elite teams. They just beat them all. They beat the White Sox twice in the series. They beat Houston twice. They finally beat the Red Sox, and they swept them. They beat Chicago. I said the White Sox. They beat Oakland. They beat them once this year. They have to play them again now. This is a big series. And the Rays they did beat the Rays. They had more success against the Rays this year than they did last year. Because remember, we were getting owned by the Rays last year.
Right, exactly. I mean, and Giancarlo Stanton had a great postseason. You know, he really did have a great postseason last year as well. But the Atlanta Braves, you know, they are missing one of the league's greatest players, but they still have Ozzy Albies, Jorge Soler, Freddie Freeman is having a fantastic year. Austin Riley's having a fantastic year. Walton has 25 home runs at shortstop, you know.
Yeah, they have a good lineup. Their lineup is pretty good, but they're missing Acuna. That's a big loss, and they're missing Ozuna.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. They're missing Ozuna too. That's true.
Big, but they just got to score a lot of runs tonight. Just do what you did last night. That's it. I mean, but if they could get this to at least 13 in a row, I would be happy. I don't know if we're going to win 20. You know, the Major League winning record for baseball is 26, right? To 26 games in a row.
Didn't the Indians come close to that? The Cleveland Indians a couple of years ago?
Yeah, they did. They won 22 in a row, but the record is 26. I looked it up. If you Google it and you type in who has the longest winning streak in Major League Baseball, it says 26. So that's the record. I don't know if that's easy to get to. Yeah, but if they could get 15 in a row, 12, I'll be happy. That's good enough. That's a lot of winning, man. That's a long stretch. They've been on the winning streak for the last 2 weeks now, right?
Yeah, I would say 10 wins in a row is outstanding. Anything on top of that is gravy.
I mean, yeah, if you start getting to like the teens and the 20s, you're like, oh, forget it. I think it gets a little overkill because if you remember when the Indians won the 22 in a row back in 2017, they cooled off in the playoffs. So sometimes that's not a good thing because when you get too like hot, you cool off in the playoffs. Because they took that right into the playoffs, and then they lost to the Yankees, if you remember.
Right, that's always a possibility. Always a possibility. But
so I think want to get too hot because, yeah.
I think we've pretty much covered everything. I'm going to be heading out myself. I have to get some chicken out of the slow cooker. But if you guys continue on, I'll talk to you all soon. So you continue to have a good show, and I'll talk to you later, Frank.
All right, cool, man. We're gonna end it here anyway, man.
Okay, sounds good. So I'll give you a call during the game tonight.
All right, cool, perfect. I'll talk to you later.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, cool, man. So, yeah, man, we'll end the show here, man.
So we're going to, so the next show we're going to do is Friday, right?
Yeah, we're going to be back on Friday at 5 p.m.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So, it's great doing a show with you, man, and talking.
Yeah, man, hopefully,
how great they are, and yes.
Hopefully they continue to win, and it's going to be a good playoff, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll do those games too, right? In October, you're gonna do those videos, right, for the playoffs for the Yankees.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go all the way into the winter.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, because when they make the playoffs, imagine if they make the World Series, you'll do videos for the World Series if they make it that far. But that'll be fun.
Yeah, man. A World Series or not, we'll still be here talking about baseball, man.
I know.
Yeah.
So so it was great doing the video. So let's win it tonight, man.
Yeah, definitely,
11 in a
man.
row. Let's go for the record.
Definitely, man. So I'm gonna thank everybody for watching, man, and hopefully everybody could like, share, subscribe, and we'll see them on the next one. You know, so yeah, so and also hit the notification bell too, because YouTube doesn't like to tell you that we're on live, so you know, that'll let you know. So so long, everybody.